Hey, what's up, guys? So today we'll be talking about the Internet Archive. It is one of the largest digital libraries out there. It's got a whole lot of information, like I can't even begin to describe, but it is really, really resourceful, and it's got a lot of resources that we need for our studies or just, pure curiosity. The problem is right now, the reason I'm talking about it today is it is currently offline, and it's been offline for more than 2 days now, I think. It has suffered a DDoS attack, distributed denial of service, where all of its servers have been overwhelmed, and it basically isn't working right now. So we don't know who did that, and we don't know why they did that. But I'm going to try and talk about it from my own opinion, from my observations. And this is actually even based on this article that I wrote on LinkedIn. You could also check it out. But let's get to the actual subject itself. So the first point we're going to look at, what is the Internet Archive? The name really, really suggests, what it does. But just to put it out there, it is, if not the biggest, it is one of the largest digital libraries out there, where you can find all sorts of resources that you can use, like I mentioned earlier, for curiosity, for study, for research, whatever it is. It's like literally the modern day Alexandria, the library, the Egyptian library, It's got this really, really cool feature that I personally really enjoy. It's called the Wayback Machine. So on this feature, what you can do is, let's say, for example, you're trying to see what Microsoft website, or I don't know, even Amazon, what they used to look like in 2001, 2002, and you want to compare versus 2015. So it has all of those images, like it's kept snapshots of all the websites. I think mostly the popular ones, or if not all of them, but it takes a lot of snapshots of so many websites, and then it keeps it in a chronological order where you can feel like you're literally time traveling. So what it does is it uses the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and then they keep it in their server like time. So you can just imagine the amount of data that they've been collecting since 1996. That is quite a long time ago. Like, that is quite crazy. So they've got an impressive 866 billion web pages on their servers. So can you imagine that amount of data? Like, I don't even know where I could keep something like that, So on there, you're going to find books, you're going to find software, you're going to find apps, you're going to find all sorts of like educational resources. And it is like, it's really, really useful. Like, it's not just for tech geeks or, people who love the internet. It's just literally anybody who uses the internet. Right now, you're using the internet. So you could literally be interested in whatever information that they've got as well. So why is the Internet Archive important? Well, it is one of those organizations that are trying to preserve the history of the internet, and it really sucks what's happening to them, because they've kept books, they've kept software, they've kept audio visuals, they've kept a lot of things that can be useful to so many people, and it is free and open to anybody who needs it, so I don't know, it is literally the modern day Alexandria Library, the Library of Alexandria in Egypt, where people could just go and you read your stuff and you've got the knowledge, because they believe in knowledge for all. So knowledge should be accessible to anybody, no matter your background. So it is a fantastic resource for students, researchers, like literally anybody who's curious. And on top of that, they don't just have websites and snapshots of websites. They even make they take physical records like books and everything, they digitize them. So I think recently there's which university was this? I think Leiden. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I'll just put the name there. I think it's Leiden or Leiden University in the Netherlands. They have recently collaborated with the Internet Archive, so that the Internet Archive is going to take over. It's a collection of, I think it was, yes, dissertations from, I think, foreign students, I think. Yes. So they do a service like that, where they take your physical records and then they digitize it to preserve its history on the internet. Literally what they've been doing for so many years, and I really, really feel like they are not appreciated enough for what they do. So let's talk about what exactly happened. The Internet Archive, it got hit by a DDoS attack on the 10th of October. In fact, these attacks have been happening for quite some time throughout the week, but then on the 10th, it's actually when they completely shut everything down. So basically what the team did is they took the website offline, actually, and they are working on upgrading and restoring and doing everything that they can in their power in order to bring it back. The scarier thing is that over 31 million people's data is out there with these terrorists of information. So we don't know, who is doing this and what do they intend to do with this data. We don't know. So the team has disabled the website. It's disabled, I think there was a JavaScript library that they've used in order to try and, manipulate, the outlook of the website. And it's been taken offline, and they're working on it. It's a Bruce and the team, they're working on it. So hopefully, they do come back as soon as possible. But yeah, it's quite sad because these kinds of companies, like organizations like this one, the Internet Archive, they are a non-profit organization. So what would you gain from attacking a company like this? Like, whoever did this? Seriously. So what are the conspiracy theories? So the first conspiracy theory is that the government is involved. So remember the Alexandria Library of Alexandria Library. It's also called the Great Library. Well, was in ancient times. It was during Julius Caesar's rule. Even after him, it actually outlived him. It was this great, beautiful thing that's been destroyed. You can't find it today. It's been destroyed already. But it wasn't just one thing that destroyed it. It wasn't one person. It was a lot of them, and it was a number of factors. There was wars, there were different emperors. Like, getting into the story of how, the Library of Alexandria was destroyed is, it's way out of the scope of this video. But the reason I'm bringing it up is people believe that government is involved, and the same fate that the Library of Alexandria went through is what people are, suspecting might be going to happen to the Internet Archive. So, it's really sad because people are saying that the reason this is happening is probably some form of control, from government agencies. They don't want so much information to be out there, and the type of information that people have access to, they want to control that. This is according to some theories, according to what some people are saying. I mean, it seems plausible, but what can we do? So, in summation, it's all about politics. The second conspiracy theory is AI companies. AI companies are trying to train their models. And like I mentioned earlier, it's 866 billion web pages saved on this thing. So the vast amount of information that you can find there. And if you train your AI on that, it is really going to be one of the smartest AI ever. So I think I really believe this one a little bit more. Because they could really benefit from it, and then next time, or in the next few months or so, you're gonna hear there's a new version of such and such AI because somehow it got information from somewhere, we don't know. But anyways, AI trying to train itself on the Internet Archive seems plausible to me. I'm not going to mention the companies that might be profiting from this. I don't want to get in trouble with anybody, but that's also one of the theories that are mentioned. Okay, so the third conspiracy theory is this has to do with the US elections, some sort of hacktivism. I think this is a bit of a reach because I don't understand, like, okay, maybe I'm the one who doesn't understand how that would work. It's like somehow they're trying to distract us from the elections, or I don't know. It's something that's happening in the US, so I don't know what that has to do with it. So the fourth conspiracy theory is that some publishers might be involved, and I think this is also plausible. It's possible because the Internet Archive has been sued so many times by these publishers because they didn't want, their articles and things to be published on there. So they've won a lot of lawsuits as well. So I don't know if this is a way for them to punish the Internet Archive or something. I don't know, but it could be possible. It could be possible. The fifth conspiracy theory is maybe somebody's trying to make money from that information that got leaked, which is also, again, very possible. Maybe it's not about the Internet Archive itself, it was about the users. So somebody's trying to sell your data some way. Just please double check if your information has not been leaked. You can use this website called Have I Been Pawned to just check if your email address was listed there. And either way, I think they will send you an email to let you know. If you ever registered on the Internet Archive, they will tell you that your email has been leaked. Now, the fifth point, what is being done to restore the Internet Archive? According to Brewster, so far they fended off the attackers, they have disabled the JavaScript library, they're scrubbing systems and upgrading security. So he said this: the data has not been corrupted, which is a good thing. Services are currently stopped to upgrade internal systems. We are working to restore services as quickly and as safely as possible. Sorry for this disruption. So I'm sure they're working tirelessly to try and restore this thing. And it is quite a lot of information, so I don't think it's something that just takes a few hours. It's probably gonna take some time, but hey, we're rooting for you, team. Like, we really hope you get back soon, Yeah, so you as the user, how can you help? Well, firstly, I think whether you're a security expert or not, just be there for them, support them, share their post, share the awareness, raise the awareness of the breach, let other people know whatever they can do, just help in any way. I saw somebody send them a pizza the other day. I think that was really sweet. So whichever way you can help, please do help them, because these people are doing so much for us and we basically almost don't appreciate it. So do something nice. And speaking of things you can do as a user, sadly, even if you do manage to find the attacker, it is illegal to counterattack. So you might actually get in trouble. So if you somehow do find the attacker, just let the authorities know. They know how they're going to deal with it. So you're not allowed to hack them back. You're not allowed to go and beat them up or anything like that. Don't do that. Okay? The most you can do is just let the authorities know. So I think that's about it. Were there any other points that I've not mentioned? Just want to go through this real quick. Okay, and anyways, in my article, there's a lot of information that might be useful to you as well. And if you like it, just, give it a thumbs up. But yeah, that's that.